Welcome to another tutorial video on Leading Forex YouTube channel. My name is Kofi, your admin on this channel. This is episode 11 of our tutorial videos. If you are new to this channel and this is the video that brought you to this channel, then please, we have a whole playlist, which is Forex Training for Beginners. Forex Training for Beginners. It's a playlist on this channel. You need to go and start from the part 1 and then come all the way up to part 11. Now, in this video, which is the part 11, we're actually going to wrap up. We're going to conclude our topic on episode 9, which is support and resistance. Those of you who watched the episode 9 of our tutorials, you would realize that we talked about support and resistance and the technical analysis. And we promised that we were going to complete that video, that topic. And this is actually going to be the conclusion part of support and resistance. If you are ready, I am also ready for you today. So let's get the ball rolling. Now, in this video, we're going to just talk about a recap of what we did in episode 9. And in episode 9, we talked about support and resistance. And this is what we actually said, that if you have a chart like this, the upper part of it will be your resistance, the lower part of it will be your support. This is going to be an uptrend. So those of you who haven't watched the episode 9, I'll please beg of you to go watch the episode 9 and then come to continue from episode 11 in order to grab all that we talked about under support and resistance. Now, we already know that this is how to identify support and resistance. If that is the case, then we need to move forward from that aspect. Is that okay? Now, moving forward, we have to look at what we want to talk about today. Now, under support and resistance, we have what we call a bounce. Now, a bounce simply means that the trade comes to a support level or a resistance level, and then the price comes to hit that level and then bounce back. If this is a support level, price comes to hit the support level and then bounce back. So this is what we call a bounce. So this is the line. This is maybe a support, because looking at this, this is a support. The price comes, hits on the support line or support zone or support level, and then start bouncing back up. Is that okay? Now, if this is what the case is, I want you to look at this scenario. This is a scenario I want to show you. This is the bounce I am talking about. There are people who trade with the bounce, either hitting the support level or resistance level. So those who trade with the bounce, what they do is that when price comes and then hits on the support line, for instance, this is a support line. Immediately it hits on the support line. Here, for instance, they will place a buy, because if it is support, you are buying. If it is resistance, you are selling. Is that okay? If it hits on support, you are buying. If it hits on resistance, you are selling. Because if you look at our video, our first video, which is this is resistance. So once it hits on resistance, it's come back down. And then when it hits on support level, it goes up. The resistance are at the top. So once it hits resistance, it comes down. When it hits support, it goes up. So over here, when it hits on the support level, it bounces back and then goes up. So there are people that trade this bounce. But what they do is that they don't just place the trade immediately on the support. They don't do that. They wait for the bounce to happen. And once it happens, then maybe after a candle or two, then they enter their trade. So you see an entry order here. They don't place their entry on the support level here. No. So once they place their entry above here, then they put their stop loss below the support. That is how some people trade the bounce. Is that okay? So once the bounce is done or made, or you see the bounce happening, they wait for maybe 1 or 2 candles, then they now enter the trade to buy. If it is a resistance level, once the bounce hits the resistance level and begins to come down, they wait for 1 or 2 candles, then they join the sell. Is that okay? That is how some people trade the bounce. Now, let's continue. This is a typical chart of the bounce. Now, if you look at the chart right now, you will see the support level over here. This is the support level. And at the support level, if you watch the episode 10, which has to do with candlesticks formation, you would realize that this is a support level. This is also a support level. So price, first of all, comes to hit at this support level. And what do you see? Look at the candles. The first candle hits on the support level. The second candle, which is this one, tried to come hit the support level, and it in a bit tried to cross the support line. And then it didn't close, the candle didn't close below the support line. The candle actually retraced back up and then closed above the support. The next candle also came down, crossed the support line, didn't close below the support line, but actually retraced back and then closed above the support line. And then the next candle, which also tried coming down, touched the support line, went back up and went bullish. So at this level, you've gotten about 3 candles, which is showing you a rejection on the support line. So after 1, 2, 3 candles, it is safe for you to buy. So when you buy from here, between here and here, you will pick your profits. So people actually wait for the bounce. This is a bounce on this candle or on this support, if I'll put it. So you can see how price came, bounced on this, and then made its way back up on the support level. Again, after a little while, price came back again to the support level, touched the support level with the first candle. The second candle came in, crossed the support line, but didn't close below the support line. If you watch carefully, it also didn't cross below. And then the next candle went all the way into bullish. And then the bounce happened again. So these are 2 different bounces on a support level. Now, if you listen to me critically, I talked about price not closing below the support, but rather we saw a lot of rejections on the 2 bounces that we can see from this chart. Now, what if price decide to close? Sometimes it is possible that price can close below the support or the resistance. Now, once it closes below the support, then we can say that the support is broken or the resistance is broken. Once the price or the candle closes below a support or closes above a resistance, then we can say the support or the resistance is broken. Now, let me show you an example. This is what I mean by a break. This is a support line, and then this price came down and then broke through that line and then closed below. Okay. And then closed below. So when this happens, we can say that this is a break. Once you see this, we can say a break has happened. Now, when do you trade the breaks? Once the support is broken, it means that you are no more considering this as a support. It means the trend is going to come down. But is that all the case? Let's look at this clear example over here. I always tell people that when your support is broken or when your resistance is broken, don't trade immediately. Okay, assuming the candle that formed was something like this. Okay, the candle broke and came below, closed below here, which is below the support. Now, I always tell people that once the price closes below the support, don't straight away start selling because the support is broken or the resistance is broken. Then immediately the candle closes, then you enter a sell, thinking that it will continue and come sell. It is not always the case. So when do you trade the breaks? When a support is broken or a resistance is broken, when do you trade it? Now, the danger or the reason I say you shouldn't trade the break immediately is this example here. Let me show you an example here. Look at this example. When you look at this chart carefully, you would realize that there was a break below the support. A serious candle came in, broke below the support, because already there was a support here, which bounced off. Now this one didn't bounce off, but broke through the support and then closed below the support. So should you sell immediately because the support is broken? Should you sell? Once support is broken, it means directly the trade is going to go down further. That is what it means. But should you always do that? That is where I'm saying no. The reason is that look at this candle. Yes, the support was broken, but the next candle didn't continue downwards. The trade quickly went back upwards. And then the first 2-3 candles closed above the support again. And once this happened, the possibility that this trade will continue up is there. And so, as you can see, the trade continued its way and made an up move. So this false or this break over here is called false break. It is called a false break. An F. It's a false break. It broke through just to confuse traders to think that this trade is going to go sell. And then immediately, on the gradual base, the trade came back up, closed above the support, and then it continued. So it is possible you might get false breaks. That is why I am saying that immediately the support is broken or immediately the resistance is broken, do not trade. You need to wait. And then when a trade is also on the support, don't trade immediately. You need to wait for a bounce. When you see the bounce, you can take the trade. But if it's not a bounce and it is a break, don't trade the break immediately. You need to wait. Now, how can you trade the break? When can you say, okay, this break is actually a break, so there's a need for me to sell? If it is on support. If it is on resistance, you are going to buy. If it's on support, you are going to sell when there is a break. Now, this is support line. Once it breaks down, it means it's going to continue downwards. If it is resistance, resistance is always above. So once the trade comes and break above it, it means it's going to continue and go up. Do you get a scenario? So when do you trade the breaks? And this is where I will tell you how to trade the breaks when a support or resistance is broken. All right. This is what I would say we should all do when it comes to the breaks. Now, with the chart you see, this is a support. Okay. This support was broken, came down, closed below. All you need to do is to wait patiently for the trade to go back up and test this support line that was broken. You need to wait for the support line to be tested. Once there is a test on this support line and it is not able to break up and continue upwards, but you see a rejection coming back downwards, then maybe after a candle or two, you can then enter your sell. Is that okay? Let me take it again. All I'm saying is that once a support is broken, you wait for price to go back and touch that support line that was broken, and then reject again and come down, showing you a continuation of a sell. Then you can now enter and sell. So if it is a resistance, this is a resistance line. When price breaks through the resistance line, don't sell, or sorry, don't buy immediately. You need to wait for price to come back, test that resistance line that was broken, and then bounce off it again. And then once it begins to make its way up, you can join the buy, and then you can pick the buy. I'm actually going to show you all this on the chart very soon. On the MT4, I'll be going there very soon. So just take your time. I just want you to understand these things before I move on to the MT4. So this is resistance, but if it is support, once price comes and breaks through the support, you wait patiently for it to come back, test that support, and then bounce off. Immediately you see a bounce off, then you can join, and then you make your profit. This is how you should trade breakup or breaks. Do I even say breakups? No. Breaks of support and resistance. When a support is broken or when a resistance is broken, the best way to trade it is to wait for a pullback. So it has broken and then comes back up to test it. So it does a pullback to test that support line that was broken. Then once it rejects it again, then you can join and then you take your profit or make your profit. If it is resistant, once it breaks and then go up, you wait for a test again on that same line. And then when there is a rejection, then you can now take the trade and then you continue with the buy. Is that okay? Hope you are getting the scenario. Good. I'm happy you're coping with what is being taught here. Now, there are people who also try to use the linear chart on the MT4 to actually spot resistance zones and support zones. So if you are not able to spot support and resistance, if you are not able to know exactly when the support happened or when the resistance happened, when you flip your chart to the linear chart, which is a line chart, you'll be able to see the support and then the resistance. So sometimes people use that to help when they are trying to spot support and resistance level. So looking at this, this is going to be a support level, support level, support level, support level here. This is another support level here, support level. This is going to be a resistance level here. This is a resistance level here. This is a resistance level. This is a resistance level. This is a resistance level. This is a resistance level, resistance level. So with the linear chart, you are able to spot the support and resistance very easy. Is that okay? And when it comes to support and resistance, I want you to consider it as a zone and not just a line. Now, hear me carefully. I said I want you to consider support and resistance as a zone and not just a line. Now, so when you look at this shaded portion, you will realize that it is a zone. So at this zone, because already, if you look at the other zones, there was a resistance here, resistance here. So it has become a zone that is believed that when price reaches that level, that zone, it may bounce back down. And if you look at it, yes, when it got into that zone, we had a possibility of it coming back down. Look at it here. Here is also seen as a zone and not just a line. Because if you want to consider the line, you realize that price actually broke through that line, which is the support line. This is the thin support line. Sorry, resistance line, right? Yeah, the top one is resistance line. So if you want to consider that resistance line, you realize that price actually went above the resistance line. And then over here, it came back, touched the resistance line, tried to move up above it, and then came back down. So when you are looking at resistance and support, consider it as a zone and not just a line. Is that okay? Good. And whenever you do that, you will always be on the safe zone or at the safe part of the trading. Is that okay? Now, there's also another important thing you need to take note of. Whenever a resistance is broken, that resistance is no more called a resistance. It is now known as support. So when price, this is the red portion you are seeing here is the resistance level up. So price comes, break through that resistance level. Now that resistance level is no more resistance. When price is coming back to test it, it is now going to test it as what? A support. No more a resistance. So when price comes to test it and then bounce off, it becomes a support. And then it goes up. So this now becomes your new resistance level. This becomes a support. Do you get it? So when price breaks through a resistance, it is no more seen as a resistance, but rather a support. So price could come and test it and then bounce off it as a support. Then you can take your trade. Is that okay? So it is possible, and that is what I'm telling you should be the best way to trade it. When price breaks through a resistance level, wait patiently for a retest. Now at that level, it's no more a resistance. It's now going to be a support, which is the green part of it here, which is a test on the support. So resistance is broken. It's no more resistance. It becomes support. And whenever it is tested and then it bounces off, you take your trade. The same way, when price breaks through a support level, when price breaks through a support level down, it is no more a support level. Once it begins to come back to test it, it's coming to test it as what? A resistance level. When it tests it and holds and then comes back down, it is what? A resistance level. So this becomes your new support. This becomes a resistance level. And then the price bounce off it and then come down. So whenever support is broken downwards, it's no more a support. Sorry. Yes, it's no more support. It is now a resistance. And whenever price breaks through a resistance, it's no more a resistance, but rather support. Is that okay? Now, we are not done yet. I'll be going to the chart very soon to show you something. But in the meantime, when it comes to trend trading, all this I have talked about, people use it and then they become successful. But I also have my way of trading support and resistance, even if I want to trade it. Although I don't trade it these days. But if I really want to trade support and resistance, I will trade it on the basis of a trend line and not just the levels I showed you earlier. I wouldn't trade support and resistance on levels, but I would trade it on trend line basis. And what do I mean by trend line basis? I'm going to show you what a trend line is, and then I'll take you to the MT4 and show you the way, if I want to trade support and resistance, the way I will trade it. I'm keeping the best part of this video at the end. So you have to watch this to the end so that you actually benefit from this support and resistance thing. Is that okay? Good. Now, what do I mean by a trend line? This is what I mean by a trend line. When you have price, which is an uptrend, taken from this level, come down, go up, come down, go up, come down, go up. At this level, we can draw a line to link the support levels. And we can also draw a line to link the resistance levels. Is that okay? So when a thin line is drawn to link up the tops here, it becomes a trend line. It means that is the trend the market is trading, or that is the channel in which the market is trading. We'll come to channels, but not yet there. So if I take you back to this screen here, these are resistance levels, these are support levels. So if I draw a line, okay, if I draw a line like this, okay, to join the three resistance, then I can say that this is what? A trend line. The same way, if I draw a line to join the support levels here, then I can say that this is also a trend line. Do you understand? So joining the support levels with a parallel line is known as what? A trend line. And then joining the resistance levels with a parallel line is also known as what? A trend line. Is that okay? Good. Now, quickly, let's continue. And then let me show you how I trade support and resistance with trend lines. So when you see the support levels join like this, when you join the support levels, it means the trade is on what? A buy trend. The same way when you join the resistance levels, it means the trend is on what? A sell trend. So this is a sell trend. The black line is the resistance, sorry, the trend line. The black line you are seeing here is the trend line. And then also over here, the black line you are seeing at the down here is what? The trend line. So this is what? A market that is on the up move. This is a market on the up move, which is a buy market. And this, the second one is a market that is what? On the sell move. So this is a market that is on the sell move because it's making its way down. Now, how do you trade this trend lines in terms of support and resistance? I'm taking you straight to the charts now, and then I can show you how to trade support and resistance using trend lines. That is my way of trading it if I want to trade it. Is that okay? Now, let me share the MT4 with you right now. And on the MT4, this is the MT4. I don't know if you can see the MT4 right now. Good. So this is the MT4, as you can see. On the MT4 right now, I want you to look at this chart. This is NZD JPY on the 1 hour time frame. Is that okay? On the 1 hour time frame. What kind of market is it? Is it a market that is going up or a market that is going down? This is a market that is going up, isn't it? If that is the case, then this can be termed as a support level. This can be termed here as a support level. This can be termed here as a support level. And then it continues, isn't it? Good. If you find it difficult, let's switch to the linear graph and see if we can see it as such. Linear graph. Let's see what the linear graph will look like. This is a linear graph, and you can see it. Look at it. Can you really see the support levels? This is support here. This is another support level here. This is also another support level here. Can you see that way? This is a resistance level here. This is a resistance level here. This is a resistance level here. Another resistance level here. Can you see that way? Good. So this is on the linear chart, but let me switch it back to the candlesticks. Now, switching it back to the candlesticks, this is what it is. So how do I trade this if I want to trade trend line? Already, I know that all I need to do is to join 2 or 3 support lines, isn't it? So immediately I can join 2 support lines, which is from here and here. These are 2 support lines. Immediately I can join this. I'm only waiting for the third one. and immediately the third one is formed, I get that pullback, I'll take the trade. So from here, I'll take a buy. And if I buy here, I'm ready to go. Now, why am I giving you this? The reason I am trying to teach you this as a way to trade support and resistance is because it is believed that when a market is in a particular direction, it will make at least 3 supports or 3 resistance before a U-turn will be made. So immediately I see the first one and see the second one, I know I am in an uptrend, so I'll buy. And then if I buy, I'll sweep all the trades. So assuming I even bought from somewhere here, assuming I even bought it from somewhere here, up to where price is, that is almost about 89 pips. If I mark it, it's 89 pips. From the second point here, all right? I'm just using this for example. We'll go through all the pairs and then you'll be able to know what I'm showing you very well. This is the first step, second step, third step. I picked the trade from the third step here. Up to this level, that is almost about 91 pips. 91 pips. Now, let's look for another pair. Let me go to the top, pick Euro USD. This is Euro USD, isn't it? Look at this trade. Don't draw anything. There is no anything on it. Just ask yourself, is this trade or this chart 1 hour time frame, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? It's an uptrend, right? If this is an uptrend, let's look at it. This is the first support level. The second support level is here. So the third one is here. And if you look at this trade very carefully, you realize that after the third level, price hasn't been able to break the third level. So if you pick the trade from here, you would have made almost 51 pips. Let's look at it up to here, almost 57 pips. Because this is a trend line. If you want to draw, this is a trend line. You can join this and this. And so you are only waiting for the third one. And you are not looking at exactly where the third one will be formed. You are just looking at the third one. Once there's a pullback down, you take the trade. Is that okay? So this is how I trade support and resistance using trend lines. Now, let me show you another thing. Let's take another pair. I just want to do multiple pairs so that you see what I'm showing you. A similar thing here, if you can see what I'm seeing. This is Euro JPY. Today is actually Saturday, 26th of June, 2021. So look at the trade now. We have the first support level here. The second one is here. So the third one is automatically somewhere here. And if you look at this trade, it's been up there. It hasn't actually given you a loss at all. Are you getting the scenarios? Okay, let me take another scenario, another pair, Euro Chef. This is Euro Chef. Maybe I should zoom in a bit. Good. If I zoom in a bit like this, you can see it clear, isn't it? What are we seeing here? First support here, second support level here. So after that, maybe there's a little pullback down here. Even assuming you didn't pick the trade here, but you even picked it here, you would have made your profit up there. So right after the first and second, you are sure of the third one. Yes. So right after the first and second, you are what? Sure of the third one. So first, second, then you either pick it here or pick it here. And how many pips would you have made? This would have been 40 pips. And if you look at where you picked it, you are still not in a loss. This trade hasn't even come against you at all. It's still up there. And it will depend on how many pips you are looking for in the market. If you are looking for the minimum of 30 pips, then it means you are not losing any of these trades so far. Let's pick another pair and see something. The way I trade support and resistance, if I need to trade it. Look at Euro card. This is Euro card. What can you tell me about Euro card here? Now, currently I can say that this trade is on a downtrend. Yes, it is on a downtrend. Now, why am I saying it's on a downtrend? This is the first one. This is the second one. And then we got the third one here. So if after the third one, you enter the third one on the third one, you would have never lost on this trade. You would have still been in profit here. although the market has closed. Today is Saturday, the market is closed, but you would have made profit before even leaving the market on Friday evening. Now look at this point too. Something happened here, another thing happened here. The third one came. If you had taken this trade here, you would have taken all this profit here. And that would have been how many pips? Let's just be sure to calculate some of these things sometimes to be sure. So look at it. This would have been 75 pips. This one would have been how many pips? This would have been 41 pips. So like I said, if you are targeting a minimum of 30 pips, you shouldn't lose any of these trades. Is that okay? Now let's pick another pair. Euro GBP. This is Euro GBP on 1 hour. What can you say? Now, we can say that this trend currently is also on an uptrend. Yes, on an uptrend because the first support is here, second one is here, and we have just experienced the third one, and it's on its way up. Now, if you look at this angle too, we had the first one here, we got a second one here, which is the second resistance here, first resistance here, second resistance here, the third resistance came here. So if you took this trade, you would have made your 30, 40 pips. Now let's check it and see whether this trade would have given us that 30 or whatsoever pips. Up to somewhere here. That is about 48 pips. Yes, you would have made 48 pips. So your minimum of 30 pips, you would have gotten it from this trade. Is that okay? Now, let me just take one or two more examples. I think it's taking too much time. So let me just do one more two. So look at the USD chef, okay? Let's go through all the pairs. This is USD chef, right? What are we seeing? We would have gotten the first one somewhere here. We've gotten the second one here, a big one here. And then look at it. A small pullback here, and then it continues on the way up. So this is so clean as anything. Look at it here. We got a first one here, got a second one here, got a third one somewhere here. And if you look at this trade, after the third one, even if you picked the third trade on the downside, this one, from here to here, it's about 40 pips. Even if you didn't take it, you wait up to somewhere here, it came down up to 57 pips. So you see it. Now, I don't know, which pair do you want me to take? It's unfortunate you can't say anything, but this is just a rhetorical question. So look at it again. Look at USD card. USD card, we are looking at trend lines, okay? Trading with the trend lines in terms of support. This is the peak of it. The second one is here. Now, the third one has just been made somewhere here. Even if you took it here, coming down, you would have made your 30, 40 pips. Let's check if indeed you would have made that one. Would you have lost? Let's see. This is 65 pips if you even took the third one. There's 65 pips here, this small one here, 65 pips. You get it. Now, maybe you took this one rather. So here to this place, it's also 64 pips. 64 pips. So this is the way to trade support and resistance my way. This is my way. This is not in any lesson you will find anywhere. This is as a result of my experience in the Forex market. I have told you that I am here to teach you the Forex market for you to be able to trade. Even if you don't pay me for mentorship, I know there are people who are paying me, calling me, sending me money for me to teach them one-on-one. Yes, that is actually the case. If you want me to hold your hand and walk you through this Forex thing one after the other, there is going to be a mentorship subscription, which is just $100. And then I'll take my time within 1 month. I'll walk you through all that I need to walk you through for you to become a successful trader. But even if you don't subscribe to that and you still follow this channel on the quiet side, I can promise you and I can tell you that you can become the best Forex trader with what I'm teaching you. All you need to do is just follow this channel religiously. Take your time, watch every video from the beginning to the end. I have already told you that most of the videos I am going to be doing, I'll keep the best part of what I want to share with you at the ending part of it, because I am giving this to you for free. The only way you can also help me is by making sure you watch these videos so that the channel will grow, so that YouTube algorithm, my channel can go up, so that my channel can be seen on YouTube by other subscribers or other Forex traders. So if you are watching this and you are just watching 1 minute, 2 minutes, you are not helping me. Or if you choose to download this video and keep it on your laptop and be watching it, you are not helping me. So if you want to help this channel to grow, then watch these videos, subscribe, at least leave a comment. Even if you can't write anything, just give me a thumbs up, okay? Give me a like on the video. That will help my videos to rank and then be exposed to other YouTubers or other people on the internet searching for videos like this. So let's make this community grow together. Is that okay? So when I post a video, do watch it to the end, because I'll keep the best part of the video at the end. And then also make sure you subscribe, hit the notification bell. At least if you won't leave a comment on the video, do well to just give me a like on any of the videos I'll post, so that I can get the rank in search results in terms of YouTube algorithm. Is that okay? That's the best way you can help me. If you want us to grow together as a community, if you appreciate what I'm sharing with you out of love, if you also want to show me love, then the best way to show me love is to make this channel grow. Thank you. I know you will do that for the sake of love. God bless you. Now, let's wrap this video up, okay? To wrap this video up, you can go through more of the pairs. Look at this one. This is GBP USD, okay? And if you saw this, what do? We are trading support and resistance using trend lines. This is the first one. This is the second one. At least even you got the third one here. Let's assume you even took this third one. How many pips would you have made from the third one? Let's look at it. Let's be sure. So from here, if you took this trade up here, that is about 73 pips, 72 pips. So the minimum of 30 pips, you would have gotten it without even getting so far a single loss. If you have looked at all that we have gone through so far, you would have gotten no single loss, because you always take your trade on the third pullback. This is first support, second support. On the third support, you take your trade. You don't take it on the second support. I know some of you might not be able to have the patience to wait for the third one. So you might want to jump on the second one. Sometimes that can be very risky. So just wait patiently and join the the third one. Is that okay? Good. Now, if you look at the other side too, look at it from this angle. This is the first one. This is the second one. So somewhere here is the third one. This is the third one. The whole of this is the third one. So if you join the third one, which I'm sure you will make your profit, joining the third one from somewhere here, all this while up to here, that is 58 pips, 58, 59 pips. So your minimum of 30 pips would have been a done deal. Is that okay? Now look at the top here. Look at how nice this trade actually came. So many nice things you can see. 1, 2, 3. You took it, you got it. The same thing, 1, 2, 3. You took it, you got it nicely. So look, just take your time. All right, just take your time and look at what I'm sharing with you, and then experiment this on demo. Which other pair? Let me look at some of the pairs. I don't even know which one else to choose, but you can go through all the pairs. For the sake of time, I may not be able to go through all the pairs. Look at GBP card. We are trading support and resistance using trend line. So with this trade right now, where is the trend line? The trend line is currently going downwards. So if it is going downwards, let's see if we can identify the resistance levels. Let's look at it from here. This is number 1, number 2, number 3. Is that okay? That is number 3. If you can really see it, this is actually number 3. All right. Let's even assume you didn't take this as your number 3, and then maybe you took this as your number 3. You have still made huge profit. Look at this angle. 1, 2, or maybe 2 here. Let's assume the whole of this is 2. You had your 3 here. Look at it. Let's look at the pips. From here, you took it. This is 52 pips. And then if you had the patience to stay in 70 pips, you still had the patience to stay in 100 and what? 4 pips. Look at the downside of it too. Look at the downside of it too. Let's look at the downside of things. Is that okay? On the downside of things, this is 1. On the downside of things, this is 1. This is 2. This is 3. So even if you took this trade from this level here, no single loss so far. It went down all the way up to 106 pips. You would have not made a single loss so far. What else? I don't know what else to show you when it comes to my way of trading support and resistance. Is that okay? I don't know. I think I'm giving you something that is worth more than paying $1,000 or $2,000 or whatsoever. Okay. I don't know which. Look at this one too. I've just selected GBP NZD. Look at GBP NZD. Can you see what I'm seeing? 1, 2. Where's the 3? Somewhere here. Yeah, good to go. Look at it from here. Where? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness. What else? Okay, so please, enough is enough. I'm going to leave you to watch this video over and over again. I don't know, maybe let me just pick one more pair. I just want to be sure what I'm teaching you is accurate. And I have done this severally, but like I told you, I'm no more even trading this. Okay, but you can trade this and you make all the money you want to make. Yes, but sometimes I do trade it too. I sometimes trade it, but I'm the type that is looking for more opportunities. So I have so many other ways I trade the Forex market, and I'm here to share all those ways with you on this channel for free. So subscribe, hit the notification, share this video, give it a thumbs up, do whatever you need to do for it to get this channel to grow. That's all I need from you. That's all, because I'm sharing what I need to share with you. Look at this, AUDJPY. Maybe this will be my last video, my last example. Look at this first one, second one, a third one here. Up there, you would have made your profits. Let's take it from the third level and see what profit would have been made. Okay, from the third level, let's look at it. This is going to be the third level. So from the third level here, you buy from here to here. Just to this level alone is 61 pips. So up to this level here is about 70 pips or 71 pips. So you would have never lost this trade. Look, I'm going to leave you to do this, practice this when the market opens tomorrow, Sunday evening. That will be Ghana time. But I don't know where you're watching this video from. Once the market opens, try this. This is on the 1 hour time frame. Okay, this is on the 1 hour chart. You can choose to do this on the 4 hour chart too. You can choose to do this on the daily time frame. You can choose to do this on the weekly time frame. I don't know whatever time frame you trade, but I have been consistent with this on the 1 hour. So that is why I am using the 1 hour to share with you. That is where I have experimented this, and that is why I am sharing this with you on the 1 hour. On the 4 hour, you can try it and see. On the daily, you can try it and see. On the weekly or whatsoever time frame you use to trade, you can try this and see. And if it's profitable, then hooray. But on the 1 hour, I have experimented this over and over, and it is profitable. That is why I'm sharing this with you. Now, let me show you this secret. Let me tell you this secret. In the Forex market, you are not looking for something that everybody is doing. Okay? The banks that we trade with, they are also trying to make profit from us. If you watched from episode 1 up to episode 6 of this playlist, you would have understood that once you enter into the market, they match you with someone, or you are being paired to trade with someone. So if you are making profit, it means that person is losing. The banks that they match you to, the colleague traders that they match you to trade with, you are either making profit from them or you are losing your money to them. So it is important that you don't just do what everybody is doing. Because if you do what everybody is doing, then it means the banks will always try to get the money of what everybody is doing. That is why some websites and some books and tutorials and analysis I hardly follow, because those analysis are usually what every trader knows, including the banks. So if the banks know what you know, listen to the quote here. If the banks know what you know, then when you spot a buy, they would have also spotted a buy. And it is because they move the market. When you spot a buy and they also spot a buy, what do you think they will do? If majority of we, the retail traders, should spot a buy, and then the banks also spot a buy, because we are all using the same known strategy, what will happen is that they, the controller of the price, will change the direction to a sell, so that they can take your money, they can make profit from your trade, because they know you have spotted a buy, so you are going to buy. So if they want to make profit from you, they need to take the trade to a sell, so that whilst you are in the loss, they will be in profit. So that is why I am of the view that you are not just looking for what everybody is doing. You are looking for something that people are not doing. That is how to become a profitable trader. If you are all looking for one thing and it is the same way, then it means you all know progress. But if you are looking for something that is not done by many, then it means that if you should get that thing, you can be able to use it against the many and also make something from them. And that is what I am teaching you on this channel. I am not teaching you what everybody knows. I'm teaching you what is not common. And even if it is common, if one will say, what if people get to see your channel? Yes, it will become common, but the banks cannot predict you, because all that I'm giving to you, there are some things that the banks cannot stop. They can't do anything about it. They know very well. They know very well that, okay, at this level, if we take the trade to this side, some people are going to win, but they are only looking for where majority will lose. That is the whole bottom line. The banks are looking for where majority will lose for them to get that money as their profit. They don't care if a few of us on Leading Forex will win along with them. They don't have any problem. They only care if majority will win and their money will go to the majority. That is where they wouldn't want to go. So what I'm teaching you is a whole lot of things that is going to be an eye-opener to help you in the Forex market. I have spoken enough. More videos coming. Episode 12 is coming. A lot of people are requesting that I do a video on how to buy and sell. I thought many of you knew, but since it is becoming a request, I'll see how to add that to one of the videos that I'll be doing, maybe in episode 12. I'll talk about how to quickly buy or sell, but that one, I will need the market to be running. I need the market to move. So once the market opens in the course of the week, I'll come up with a video on how to sell and buy, and how to input your stop loss and then your take profit, how you can modify your trade with your stop loss and take profit. I'll do that video, and that will be a part of another video, because I thought it's something that we all knew, but since majority of you are requesting for me to do that, I'll do that for you. So thank you for being on this channel. I'll see you again in our next video, our next episode. God bless you. Share the video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. My name, once again, Kofi, your admin of Leading Forex YouTube channel. See you. Stay blessed. And please, COVID is real. So make sure you take very good care of yourself. Thank you.